All right, so we're back. Part 2 of the video. All right, here we go. So we have our melody down. And you'll remember early on, if we go back to the assignment brief, we downloaded the attachments. And now this is when those are going to come into play. Okay? Excuse me. So, we are going to add a new track, add a new instrument track, and you can choose to do something different. I'm going to choose an electric piano for my chords, but you can do anything you want. I'm going to double click on the word instrument and call this chords. But it's up to you. You could have a I wouldn't choose a synth at this point, maybe choose one of the different piano parts, but let's do that. Okay? So we have some chords. We're going to have to do some hardcore editing on this too, so be ready. Okay, so assignment brief information. Here are the chords. And they start off with your C major triad. So we're going to drop that in there. And okay, so you'll notice that it goes, you'll hear it. And if we press play. Okay. Let's see. Going back to the note, twinkle twinkle little star. So on the, if you know the song, on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th note comes the F chord. F, C, F, C, G, C. Okay. So, oops, that's the wrong one. Let me pull up. Okay, F. And then the C chord comes right there. Okay, so the first one is a C, F, and then another C happens right there. And I'm going to label these so you see. F, C. So that should be a C. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this region because I want it to be half the size. So I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to slice it. And that's going to take that out. And you can also drag them like this. And so I'm going to copy my C chord because I already have it in there. And I'm going to paste it right there. And then what happens now, okay, and I'm going to zoom in. Take that off. Okay, so this is a little bit better because you can actually see the notes that I wrote. So it's F, C, and then what happens again is F, C, G, C. Okay, and you'll notice everything kind of snaps there. So now we have the cycle again of F, C. Look at our original thing. C, D, 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 F, C, F, C, G, C. Okay? C, D, 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 F, C. And then we have another F, C again. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it right here. Now, again, now we have 2 tracks. So, again, if I selected the melody part and I hit paste, it would paste it in the melody part. So we want to make sure we're on the chord track at bar 3, paste it. Okay, so now I have my chords. Okay, so now at bar 4, we need a G chord. Now I have my G major triad, so I'm going to drop that in there. And I'm going to label this as a G. And I'm also going to take, now you notice, here, the top of it, what this does is it creates a loop, which we'll talk more about in a little bit. The icon on the top, if you use your mouse and press the press down on your mouse at the top, it creates a loop. On the bottom, what it does is it trims it. So I'm holding my mouse at the bottom and I'm trimming it down so that it is 2 beats long, 4.1 to 4.3. Okay? And so what we need here is we need one more C chord. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to move my mouse right here. I'm going to paste that. Okay? So this is what your chord track should look like. C chord, F, C, F, C, G, C. Here we go. Okay, then we go in the second part right there. So now that we've done that, I'm going to highlight all of my chords right here. And I'm going to merge these into a single region. Okay, if I double click on that, you'll notice that, boom, look at that. We have all of our MIDI notes put together in one region. Okay. All right. So if you have questions about this, make sure you stop, go back and watch it. I know I'm moving fast, but a lot of this, hopefully, you know, the nature drag and drop, the way we do stuff, copy paste. Hopefully, some of this is all, you know, secondhand to you by now, or by the end of this video, by the end of the course, it'll be secondhand. Okay, so the second part of this, we have a cycle of C, F. We're at the up above the world so high, right? Up above the world so high. C, F, C, G, C, F, C, G. Now, so I'm going to take my C chord and I'm going to cut it in half, just like we did on the first one, because, and that's this split, or you can right click and say slice. That's what that does. So this is a C. C is that beats and measures. Okay, I'm going to slice that. Oh, come on. So C, let me zoom in. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to go, oh, stop it. C, F. So now I'm going to drag in my F. And I need to only make this 2 beats, so I'm going to extract it down. And I apologize because these MIDI files, they only let me do, when they export them as a whole bar instead of 2 beats. So C, let's see, what am I doing? I'm doing C, F, C, G. Okay, so another C, so I'm going to copy my C, move it over here to bar 6. Paste it in, and the last one I need is a G. And I'm going to take my mouse and drag that down. Okay, so we have this chord progression now, C, F. And that should be a G. Okay. And then it does the exact same thing. So I'm going to highlight these 4 regions together, holding down the Shift key and click on each one. Or if you're feeling adventurous, use your mouse to select them. Now, a reminder, only select the chord regions. Don't select your melody. I'm going to copy. I'm going to move to bar 7. And I'm going to paste. So if I zoom out, we now have this middle section. Now at the end, again, okay, so we have our middle section done. Okay, so now the end melody is the same as the first melody, which means that the chords are the same. So I'm going to select this region that we merged at the beginning. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to move my playhead to bar 9, make sure I'm on the chord track, and I'm going to paste. Okay, so now we have a complete melody and chord section for this. Now, the great thing about this, again, is that you may have no idea. You may not even be able to play piano. You may be a hack piano player like I am. But by using these MIDI chords, the preset ones, you drag them in and you actually can sound like you know what you're doing. Okay, in the next video, we're going to add some bass guitar. So if there's anything that you had a problem with this video, go back and rewind. And I will see you on the next one. All right?